Friends, welcome again to the new, maybe not improved, but definitely new version of Tinker Tuesday. Maybe we call it Dirt Tinker Tuesday or something. Last week in the first episode, as I explained, this is Mount Edwards Dirt Jump Bike Park. It is a public bike park, but for the last few years that I can remember, no sort of maintenance or any changes or any sort of upkeep has really happened. And with this series, this new project, this new summer into fall project, hopefully weekly uploads, I will be taking that on with groups of friends that will show up from time to time. Now, I mentioned at the start of that video that this being a public place, the province, the city is supposed to have it go out for tender. A company gets it and they're supposed to come maintain these jumps. And very reasonably, some comments came up. Dustin Moore saying I would definitely get in touch with your local Parks and Rec department. Steve Gavin applied for a temp job with the bid winner. Kevin Adams, contact the landscaping company and let them know you can volunteer, give them maintenance. So it kind of prompted me to actually look up what that tender is, like what that bid is. And from my understanding, it's 14 parks that you would have to maintain, but the tender was actually put out for a standing offer. And based on what I can understand, the landscaping company that won it, there's actually not necessarily a guarantee that they'll be hired to do anything based on what I'm reading. I'm not sure that I'm fully understanding it, but it seems like the province gets them to put in a price, but if we don't get any complaints that the park needs work, you don't get the job. I don't know that I can think of anything that will stifle progress here and add more red tape to a public bike park than actually calling the government and getting politics involved. So let me just show you the progress that we made in 1 week without having to bother anybody else. It's just us working on it. As you know from episode 1, I spent a full day, 8-9 hours, getting the big jump line going. My friend Mike came and helped me out. But in that time, throughout the last week, some much more experienced builders came in and fixed all of the transitions and the lips that I really wasn't sure on how to build. So the landing is wider, it's more compact. The jump here is so much better than how I had it. Second jump, same kind of story. There's tire marks on here. They are not mine, so someone has been riding. I don't know who, but the landing here is getting a little beat up. People do come in here and run on the jumps and stuff. It's a public space, that's to be expected. Even though that looks a little beat up, it's perfect. Obviously they don't look super pretty and sculpted, kind of like I want them to, but the goal right now is just to get everything back into complete and utter riding order. And that jump line is very much, you could show up and ride right now. So good. We got way more done than just that. And actually the first jump that I worked on that was not on camera in any way was this small one in the small jump line. This was about a week and a half ago. You can see people are running up it and stuff, but there are people riding it. Very exciting. And thankfully the damage that it sustains in a week is very manageable. So this jump in the first line looks okay. If I'm honest, I actually don't love the way it rides. I think it needs some work, but I'll focus on that afterwards. The second jump, if you remember back, kind of the first time we were riding this place before I decided to do all this, I said, these are all basically spines. And then I 360'd it. Well, I liked that feeling enough that I was like, okay, I've decided without discussing it with anyone because I haven't met anyone yet, the second jump is going to be a proper spine. And I gotta say, even without it being totally manicured and beautiful looking like you see other pro builders do, I'm very proud of the end result of that. And it is going to be so fun to ride, especially because I used all the dirt that was here to bring it over to this, which I want personally, and everybody who normally digs here seems to be okay with it. The extra dirt brought over to here with the work that I'm about to kind of do on this today, this is kind of my project for today, is turning this into a bit more of a trickable kind of step up, something that you can learn stuff on. That is one side of the last small jump done. But this this giant, huge mound of dirt, I mean, it's not necessarily rideable, but the front took like 3-4 hours to get it where it's at now. I don't really want to start on this because I'm not going to finish it, and we're getting apparently like 50 millimeters of rain tomorrow. So I'm just gonna use it as foam pit. At this point, I'm just gonna ride. Some other people have like showed up, which is amazing, and they're like riding the big jumps. I'm gonna say we can ride this. If we go over the bars, we go over the bars. When you land, it doesn't matter. What do you think's gonna happen? Nothing. That's soft, yeah. The spine's really scary, but that's like, you could ride that.
Just need to pack the other side in.
It's a good mulch jump.
Yeah.
It's better than an airbag. Airbags kill you. Not a bad step up.
A little softer than I expected.
Look at it. You'd almost think I knew what I was doing. That's all luck. Built, shaped and packed today. Spine's working really good. This works like total, complete trash. And I would almost argue it's more important to get this one working decent than finishing the landing over there. And there you go. thus ends this week's Dirt Tinker Tuesday. Session finished, I don't know, 25 minutes ago or so. Got everything kind of tucked in now. Step up, jump, it is covered. I didn't do anything with this dirt other than ride it a little bit. But I think the rain we're gonna get tomorrow is gonna keep that easy to work with. So that'll be kind of my next goal. But I must admit, and I didn't expect this, actually riding today, having those guys show up and riding these for like the 2.5 hours that we did, that was probably the best and most fun way to actually compact a set of jumps and trails down. This was all pretty like soft and not great. We rode over it so many times that this berm, even though this berm is all blown out and terrible, it's actually pretty good. So in 1 week, from episode 1 of Dirt Tinker Tuesday to episode 2, 1 week, myself and a team of 3 others who I didn't get to work with very much have taken the entire public park from unrideable, terrible, dilapidated, falling apart to completely and utterly rideable. I think we're actually better off doing this on our own. And one thing that I've decided that I think makes the most sense, because I do very much want to keep working on this place and changing things, is that with this series, like the money to make this whole place work and this series, I'm going to take from the first 24 hours of revenue from each of the uploads and I'll invest it into this place. So episode 1 netted a revenue in the first 24 hours of $27.99 Canadian. I spent that money, that budget, on a shovel. The shovel was $22 plus tax, so $25. I've got $2 left over, plus whatever revenue this upload makes in the first 24 hours. That money will go towards doing things to better this place for public, for videos, for everything. So it'll probably be another $20. So I think the next most plausible investment, besides the shovel that I already bought, is like a watering can to actually like water these midway through sessions, just to keep things a little less dry. Even this time of year, it dries out really, really fast. So yeah, if you think of it that way, this public park was put back into complete riding condition for $27.99. Crazy.